This video is dedicated to the memory of my mother, the first woman to teach me the importance of beauty and the most beautiful woman that I had ever met. Hello, and welcome back to the Make Me a Better Woman channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. Today, we're going to be talking about natural hair, specifically my natural hair journey to healthy hair. For as long as I can remember, women have been taught that the idea of beautiful hair is long, straight hair. That same idea held true for women of color as well. We too have been guilty of trying to obtain long, straight hair. Thank goodness, just as hair care has evolved, so too have our ideas, our beliefs, and the value that we put on our natural hair. Don't get me wrong, I love a long, straight, sleek hairstyle, but I'm also learning to love my natural hair as it grows from my scalp. I decided to take it back to my roots. What do I mean by that? This is a picture of my maternal great-grandmother. This is a picture of my paternal grandfather and great-uncle. They all had beautiful heads of hair, and it grew natural from their scalp that way. I decided to study my hair DNA for my natural hair care journey. This is my beautiful mom and my aunt, and as you can see, my mom had a head full of this dirty red hair, and that's how she acquired that nickname, Dirty Red. So what do I mean by my hair DNA? Well, just as you'd study your DNA for your health to know what you may be sensitive to, what you may be allergic to, what benefits you and what doesn't, I decided to take that same approach for my natural hair care journey. Some things that work for you or others may not work for me, and vice versa. As you can see from my prom picture, big hair, don't care. I've always been obsessed with hair color and highlights for as long as I can remember. Back when I grew up, we were limited on hair supplies and hair products due to location, due to the cost. We weren't always able to get things that might have been out of our price range or not ready available in our communities. We've gone to great lengths to try different appliances, different chemicals to try to achieve that straight look and make our hair more manageable. So whether it was a relaxer or a jerry curl or a straightening comb, we've tried it all. Thank goodness for products like this Queen Helene and this Lives Hair Care. After much trial and error in the late 70s and 80s, I pretty much tried it all, and they caused some hair damage, and thank goodness my mom discovered this Queen Helene cholesterol. You'll hear me talking quite a bit about it during this video. Well, thank goodness today we don't have to go to all those lengths to achieve straight hair, and we don't have to go to all those lengths to be accepted by society and their idea of our beauty. As you can see, I definitely love a straight, sleek look, whether it's for my professional career or a military ball that I may have had to go to. And due to my lifestyle, I just have always been comfortable with this relaxer. And as you can see, a bob was always my go-to style, whether it was with bangs, whether it was shorter, whether it was longer. And I definitely played around with a lot of color, and to my dismay, the color, the highlights, the relaxer were never a mix. I'd always end up with breakage. If you look closely, you'll see my bangs here definitely had some damage, and I had to get those bangs cut here. And my friend Queen Helene cholesterol has always been a lifesaver, but nonetheless, the hair color and the relaxer were just never a good mix for my DNA. So I went to the lab. What do I mean the lab? My kitchen. Good old Queen Helene cholesterol, along with some regular household items, coconut oil, olive oil, and I mixed up a deep conditioner concoction that has helped me throughout the years whenever I've had breakage or damage. I did the same for my daughter. I've always believed in trims. My mom always stressed the importance of getting a good trim, and was even superstitious about the time that you get it. There have been times that I have done the big chop. I'm never scared to get a haircut. So the big chop, done that plenty of times. This particular time, I didn't want to do the big chop for my hair journey, because one of the things about getting a short haircut, it was always great in the beginning, but I always had to put a lot of heat on it to attain that same salon style. And I don't know about you, but my hair grows out super fast, so then I would end up wearing a slick down style with mousse, and my hair would just grow out of that really fast, and I was stuck in that in-between stage. You know what I'm talking about? Not short, but not long. And it was just an awkward stage, and I was faced with, should I cut it again, or do I continue to grow it? And so here I am going to a military ball with my hair in that in-between stage. So here I'm contemplating, are we going to keep growing, or are we going to cut it? Well, I decided to keep growing it that particular time, and went to the salon quite often to just try to maintain. I even opted for highlights again. I know. Didn't get the results that I thought back in the lab, because I definitely got breakage again. So this Queen Helene cholesterol has been a lifesaver for as long as I can remember. I pretty much did my own relaxers. I just did a mild relaxer. This is my daughter's hair right here. She had went through a serious illness, and it definitely changed the texture of her hair. My grandmother used to always say high blood pressure medications and illnesses will do that. So as you can see, I love this, relaxed, sleek bob look. Here I was taking a professional picture, getting ready for an event. But my daughter went through a serious illness, and that concoction that I make definitely helped her hair. Here I was pretty happy with the length and the health of my hair. I'm all dressed up going to a military ball, and unfortunately I became very ill shortly after that, and had to have surgery, and I knew that I was not going to be in the position to maintain that look all while recuperating. So I asked my daughter to put some braids in my hair, and I just made a decision. Here's my beautiful grandmother here. I'd done her hair, and that high blood pressure medicine would just make her hair start shedding, and she was never one to cut it all off, so she would slap a wig on. Me, whenever I get breakage, I'm at the salon getting it chopped off. But this particular time, I asked my daughter to put some box braids in, something that I could just maintain while I was recuperating at home. But even after my surgery and I returned back to work, I just felt so comfortable with them. I knew this was my opportunity to grow my relaxer off, and I was worried about having it look professional or look elegant if I had an event or a military ball. And I was so happy with the diversity, whether I wore them big or we did them small. I got to play around with lots of colors on here, as you can see. I just really had a lot of fun with the box braids. And the reason we chose box braids is because it didn't put a lot of tension on my hair, and my daughter was sure to make sure that she left out a lot of my edges, or baby hairs as we called them back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s. And it's helped me to maintain a good hairline at my almost 50 years of age. So the box braids is what I chose for my natural hair journey to grow my relaxer off. And I actually wore box braids for over 1.5 years. It was almost 2 years, and I just had a lot of fun playing with color and styles. There were times that I could move the part and have a middle part, a side part. I could put it up in a bun. I could wear it all down, put it in a low pony. This Sheen spray was a lifesaver. There's lots of different brands, but I love this one particularly because it has tea tree in it, and it not only keeps your scalp from itching, but keeps it moisturized and helps keep your braids clean. As you can see, I did a photo diary of my progress. Every time we would take the braids out, I would just check the progress of how my hair was doing. And even with it all twisted up here from being braided, so long, I can definitely see some growth there. And we've put the braids back in, but I mean, you can have so much fun with braids, with hair jewels and different colors, and they've got ombre braids, and there's just so many different colors of hair and types that you can use. And as you can see, we've taken the braids down again, and look at that progress. I don't know if you can tell, not is it just length, but the thickness is making a difference. And we definitely make sure that we keep as much of my edges, baby hair, out as possible, so that I don't lose any hair there and run the potential of having any thinning. Oh boy, we've taken the braids down again, and I had to fight to detangle and get this slick back pony style. My hair was probably in shock trying to figure out where was the relaxer, since I had worn a relaxer for, gosh, over 30 years, since I was a teenager. But I just wanted to give my hair a little bit of a break from the braids. Here I am checking the progress again as we're taking down and redoing. But you can just have so much fun and freedom with the braids. And like I said, the box braids gave my scalp an opportunity to breathe. I liked being able to get to my scalp. They weren't tight. They were nice and loose. And I was able to track my progress. And I didn't have to have them redone that often. Depending on your hair texture, you may have to do some maintenance and tighten up the front just to keep them neat. Or those in the middle. But when I start out with this, I don't know if you could tell, but the back of my hair was completely shaved. It was a tapered hairstyle from my bob, and so my daughter did have some difficulty with that short part. And here we are after almost a good year and a half of wearing box braids. I was pleasantly surprised. I know, my hair looks like a bird nest right here, but look at that. That is the part that was tapered, that was shaved on the back of my head. I cannot get over the thickness and how much growth. I haven't had that much thickness since I was, in elementary school. And here I am preparing to go to the salon and finally get it trimmed. You know, I do recommend that every time you take your braids down that you trim. I did not do that. I opted to just get a big trim once I was done. And before I went to the salon, I definitely went back to the lab. You already know my Queen Helene cholesterol. This is one of the best things they could have ever made, and I personally have been using it forever. You see that said since 1930. Well, I personally have been using it since the 80s. So I just did a really good deep condition on my hair. Nice hair ain't cheap, cheap hair ain't nice. I made an appointment and went and got a huge trim, and I knew I was going to have to get a huge trim after all of that, but, and this is not my hair, by the way, but just wanting to show you that you really do need a good trim. And I opted to try color again since I didn't have any other chemical in my hair to see how it would do. But we definitely did a lot of trimming here. It was much needed, and I was pleasantly surprised with the color. I think it came out great. And here I just could not believe the amount of volume and thickness that my hair had. I just haven't had that much thickness in forever. Now, I did run into the problem in this Texas heat with humidity. Humidity is a huge problem here, probably in a lot of places. Sometimes, I'd start out with my hair straight or sleeker, and then poof, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, I found this amazing anti-humidity milk that I would put on, smoothing milk, anti-humidity smooth milk, that did an amazing job. So that you may want to try that if you're going to wear your hair straight. And as you can see the difference here, it definitely made a difference. And I think just I was able to not have to straighten my hair every day. So here I went to the salon again for a touch-up here, and I actually opted to get more color since my hair seemed to be doing amazingly well. I didn't have the breakage, and I definitely did another trim just to get any residual relaxer that might have been left. And in between, I was able to let my hair rest from heat. I would put it up in this updo, but I'm definitely loving being able to go from curly to straight and straight to curly with ease. Um, and I just really did get a lot of compliments on the color, but I was just so surprised at there. Now I did have some shedding, which was normal, and after wearing braids, you will definitely have shedding. It's all the hair that needed to shed but was trapped into the braid, so don't get scared by any hair loss. It's normal shedding, and there's a huge difference between shedding and breakage, so be mindful of that. But in order to maintain this color, because blonde is very harsh on your hair, I always went into the lab and did my treatment of the Queen Helene cholesterol deep conditioner, and I would go to the salon and get a protein treatment. And here we are, all freshly washed and conditioned, and I'm still trying to get used to this curl pattern I've got here. Wore a relaxer since I was in middle school, and so I'm still trying to get used to these natural curls. I hadn't seen them in about over 30 years, and so just trying to get used to this curl pattern here and see what we're going to do with these curls next. All right. Okay, so again, I'm going to share some of my favorite products with you. You already know my Queen Helene cholesterol is my absolute favorite. But I also am in love with this shampoo and conditioner from Garnier. With the pandemic, it's been kind of hard to get my favorite products, and so I was able to find both of these, or all three of these rather, at Family Dollar. All right, we've got this hair all prepped and ready to blow dry. I've got some silk leave-in in it, some leave-in conditioner. It's been detangled, and we're just gonna blow dry. Pay no attention to these terrible brows right now. Okay, so right now I'm really in love with this brand that I purchased at Sally's. They have a whole host of different products here. I love the leave-in conditioner. I love the blow dry spray, the serum does amazing. My hair feels amazing. It smells amazing. But I purchased all of these at Sally's. There's been so many good products that I've bought from Sally's through the years, and I love their return policy and no hassle. So whether it's the Queen Helene cholesterol, which I've also purchased that at Family Dollar, but that also can be purchased at Sally's. So whether I'm wearing my hair, my natural curls, or wearing it straight, or when I have the relaxer, or wearing box braids, I'm generally able to get everything I need from Sally's. This tea tree oil I'm actually in love with, and I purchased this as well from Family Dollar. I lightly oil my scalp with it at night when I'm wearing my hair straight. You want to just lightly do it so it doesn't weigh your hair down. But curly hair, especially curly hair, is super drying. These Cantu products, I'm using those currently because, like I said, due to the pandemic, it's kind of hard to go get maybe other products that you buy from other places, and there's a Family Dollar literally 5 minutes from my house, and I am super impressed with the amount of products that they have for curly hair, for ethnic hair, period. As you can see, the pandemic is, and the Texas heat has caused me to not be able to go get my maintenance from the salon, so I've had to opt to try to get these curls together myself, and I would have never worn my curls out in public before, so I've definitely come a long way. This detangler is amazing for curly hair. It's super tangly, and when I'm going to try to get it sleek and put it in an updo or a low pony, definitely need that detangler. This Eco, and there's so many different brands of Eco, but it's so good for natural hair, specifically for curly hair. And sometimes I put the Eco in my hair and just go and wear it down or wear it up. I love a good mousse. Mousse always does amazing for my curls. But this is a good mousse, not very expensive, as you can see, because there have been mousses that I've paid $17 for a small bottle and $20 for another one. This is a curl defining gel that I actually found at Family Dollar. It was super cheap, and I thought, well, what have I got to lose? It's summer, let me see. And I'll have to tell you, I pretty much, when my hair is curly, will wet my hair every day and put product. Don't know if that'll work for you. This Beautiful Textures is my absolute favorite mousse in the whole wide world. It's super hard to find. I used to buy it at Walmart all the time. As soon as I put it in my daughter's hair, it immediately detangled. This Perfect Edges, most people just use it for the edges. With curly hair, you will know you need a gel like this to get those curls sleek down. So that's one of my favorite for that. Let's Jam has come a long way. They have so many brands now. We use this for doing box braids, but this one with the honey, I also use this for if I'm making a high up pony or low pony, or just trying to sleek it down. But we definitely use it for braiding, and I was pleasantly surprised that they're benefiting St. Jude's Research Hospital, a charity near and dear to my heart. And so as you can see, my box braids definitely evolved, even though I opted for them bigger. Here I opted for them smaller, and just absolutely loved this white blonde color. I had so much fun playing with color. And right here, I wanted you to see that even though, I love going to the salon, I love getting that salon treatment and getting my hair washed, I don't let that stop me if I can't afford it or I haven't found anybody maybe wearing a new base. And this look right here was completely done at home. My daughters helped me wash, condition, blow dry, and flat iron my hair. This is a look that I did go to the salon. So not a lot of difference there. I've just really learned my hair DNA and have been able to maintain. And I have not had any hair breakage with this blonde. I'm loving the color. I mean, due to coronavirus right now, I definitely need a touch up, and I'll be getting that as soon as I can. But however you wear your hair, wake, pray, slay. Whether you wear it relaxed, whether you wear it natural curls, whether you do twist out, whether you do box braids, be beautiful. Thank you for visiting Make Me a Better Woman. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment on a video. Be sure and share. I read the comments, I enjoy them, but if you want me to give you more detail about a specific product, don't be afraid to comment. I definitely read these comments, and I do and will respond. Thank you so much for watching.